This is Shiny Pawmi. Wow, let's go. This is the first capture of our latest venture to catch a Gen 9 shiny Pokemon of each type. With Pawmi caught, we have our electric type sorted and only have 17 more types to shiny hunt. And as we catch each shiny Pokemon, we'll also be ranking them on how epic I think their shiny form is, from S++ tier all the way down to throwing them straight in the trash. And kicking it off, we're going to put the Pawmi line into the nice tier because, well, it's nice. Next up, I made my way over to an outbreak which was currently happening as part of an event to catch our poison type shiny Pokemon for the challenge, Paldean Wooper. We didn't bother knocking any out or setting up any sandwiches since these outbreaks already had ridiculously high shiny odds, and it wouldn't take long for something to sparkle. Wait! Hi! Look at him! We gone! Okay, we got him! Nice! Wow! Okay, let's go ahead and catch this one. And that is our poison Pokemon caught. Nice. Wooper is one of those Pokemon that you just can't help but fall in love with. And if you're staring at the screen right now saying that Wooper isn't that great or isn't that adorable, you're wrong. I'm just telling you straight up now, you're wrong. But in all seriousness, it has a pretty great shiny too. I love that the Paldean Wooper goes purple and Clodsire is pretty similar. That's why I rated the Wooper's shiny line as great shinies. After this, we made our way west from Mesagoza and set up a rock type sandwich to prepare for our next hunt for a Pokemon whose shiny had managed to evade me for some time. Last time I shiny hunted this Pokemon, I had some trouble and I was really hoping the same wouldn't happen this time. I present Cloth. We had somehow managed to get through the first semi with no shiny, and I feared I might be in for another long battle with this crab. But not too long into our second shiny sandwich, this happened. Way, there it is. That took forever. Actually, it took 25 minutes, but you know, that's a long time. But this shiny will never get old. Look at how good that looks. Oh, here he comes. Nice. This is one of the best shinies of the generation. For sure. For sure. It doesn't get much better than this. Quick ball. Nice. That's Cloth done. Cloth has one of, if not the best shiny of Gen 9. The light blue paired with the white is just amazing. And don't even get me started on those rosy cheeks. I think it's fairly obvious right now, but Cloth has taken up the first spot in the S++ tier. But I'm going to give you a small spoiler. I end up deciding later in this video that Cloth doesn't deserve to be in this tier. So stick around to see where it actually ends up. Next, we moved on to our targeted fire type, who also had a mass outbreak available to us with increased odds, Charcadet. And thanks to the high odds, we would manage to find the mini Fire Knight pretty quickly. Oh, whoa. Okay, there we go. Shiny caught. That was nice and quick. Very nice. There's our fire type. How good. Done. Okay. On to the next one. Okay, so it's time to have a chat about our first controversial shiny. And to be honest, I don't hate this shiny. In fact, you'll learn during this challenge that I am somewhat of a sucker for shinies which don't have drastic changes, so long as the original is a good looking Pokemon in the first place. And don't get me wrong, the original Charcadet, Armarouge and Cerulege all look great, but I don't think it's a hot take to say these shinies are far below mid. Although I think very lowly of these shinies, I don't think they deserve the bin, so they are going to go into the skip tier. Next up, we're going for our grass type target, Toedscool, another one of the absolutely lovable Pokemon to come from Gen 9. We made our way to Socarat Trail, just north of Casseroya Lake, and made a semi to boost spawns and shiny rate, and literally seconds later, whoa, that was so quick! Whoa, it's been like 30 seconds. Whoa! Ah, it's such a good shiny. It's so good. Okay. That was so fast. There we go. Done. Okay. I think we're going to head down into Area 0 and go for our next one. Shiny Toadstool was caught, and what a great shiny this is. I think we are all in universal agreement that white or black shinies are usually pretty great. Even its evolution, Toadstool has a great shiny. For these reasons, the Toadstool line is going into the, you guessed it, great shiny tier. Following this, we made our way into the depths of Area 0 with a ground Sammy in our stomachs to hunt for our ground type target, our first Paradox Pokemon of the video, Great Tusk. Now, as someone who played Scarlet from day one, I have a slight bias towards the past Paradox Pokemon as opposed to the future ones from Violet, and this opinion is completely correct. Our prehistoric mons are peak compared to the robots of the future, and I will die on that hill. We began our laps around the caves of Area 0, and it would not take long for something to sparkle. Hey. Hey! Okay. Not Gen 9 doesn't count, so the hunt will continue after this. And it won't be going on top of our list. Wait! Oh, but that one over there will. Okay. Okay. Kinda cool. Let's catch this one. We're in a cave. Let's use Dusk Ball. Okay, didn't go in. It's okay. We'll put it to sleep. Oh, our one's going. The one that we actually need. It's looking back this way. Just keep an eye on it. That's a massive one too. Yeah, it's coming back this way. We're gonna have to false swipe. How did it avoid? Oh my... Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go get the one that we need. And if the Gibble's still here, we'll get the Gibble. But we need this one. Look at how good that shiny is. Okay, quick ball. Get in. Okay, perfect. Now we'll go get the Gibble. Boom. Can I quick ball it here? Yeah, I can. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Okay. We crossed off Great Tusk and we got an extra shiny. That's pretty good. I am always happy with a double shiny, and even though Gibble doesn't count, Great Tusk absolutely does. Great Tusk has an amazing shiny. The green, yellow and brown palette is it. The Pokemon Company cooked with this one, and that is why Great Tusk is joining Cloth in the S++ tier. And with that, we were a third of the way through our challenge, and trust me, things only ramp up from here. We decided to stick to Area 0 for a little longer, and decided now would be a great time to go for our bug type target. And this Pokemon is one that has grown on me more and more every single time that I see it. Maybe it's because it kind of resembles a Weta, I don't know, but this is Lokix, which now that I'm saying that out loud sort of sounds like Locust, which is what it's probably actually based on. Either way, we could force them to spawn in their masses on the small cliff near Research Facility 3. It wouldn't take too long for Sparkles to appear. Wait, is that it? That's it. We got it. Well, okay. Oh, check him out. That's so good. I love this Pokemon so much. What a good shiny. Let's go. Quick ball. Okay. He jumped out. Is it netball for bug? Yeah. Boom. And he gets. Nice. Lokix is a pretty cool Pokemon with a pretty cool shiny, and I rate it. And, well, I literally rate it a great shiny as well. We still had time on our bug sandwich, which means we were able to hunt for our next target. This time, we were hunting for our fighting type target, Slitherwing, which was also dual typed as a bug type. Slitherwing is our second Paradox target, and again, is far superior to its future counterpart. Although there were a lot of Venomoth fighting for the spawns, it didn't take long for the prehistoric moth monster to shine. Whey! Here it is! Nice! Very nice. This was actually like the first Paradox shiny that I got when this game first came out was a Slitherwing. It is such a cool Pokemon. Okay. Come on now, I gave you a compliment. You have to get in the ball. Okay, we'll put it to sleep. Come on, get in. Come on. Get in the ball. Does this count as a cave? It doesn't, right? A repeat ball. We've caught this before. Boom, done. That's another one crossed off. Shiny Slitherwing was captured, and yet again we were looking at an amazing shiny variant. I would definitely go as far as saying that Slitherwing is tied for first place as the best shiny Paradox Pokemon, the other of which we will be hunting very shortly. With that, I will be placing Slitherwing into the S++ tier. Next up, we made our way to Asado Desert to hunt for our Steel-type target, the very smiley worm, Orthworm. Putting down a Steel-type sandwich meant that we could pretty much make only Orthworms appear. We started our laps in the desert, and in no time at all, this happened. Oh, hi, look at him. Oh, big guy. That's a really good shiny too. I think I've said that for most of them, but it's true. Gen 9 really locked in on the light blue shinies, and it's great. They look great. What a shiny. I swear Game Freak and the Pokemon Company learnt when making these games that the baby blue shinies, they just hit different, and they decided to double down with a few of them. Obviously, all this high praise for this shiny worm is earning it a spot in the S++ tier. Our Steel sandwich still had some time left on it, and we would be able to utilize it for another one of our targets. Our Dark type target is located in the bamboo forest of the North Province. Have you guessed what it is? Well, we'll be hunting Bisharp here. And I know you're probably saying, but wait, Bisharp isn't Gen 9. And you're totally correct, but its new evolution is. After wandering through the bamboo forest for a wee while, something would shine. Oi! There we go. Wow! The Blue Knight. Look at that. Nice. Now clearly Bisharp isn't Gen 9, but King Gambit is. So we'll be evolving this one, and that'll be our shiny. Now that we had caught shiny Bisharp, we could evolve it into the brand new shiny King Gambit, which is taking the dark type slot. Now this is a good shiny, but only a good shiny in my eyes. The dark blue looks awesome and all, but it just doesn't hit as hard as some of the others for some reason. And because of this, King Gambit is going to be our second resident in the nice tier. Up next, we made our way back into the first areas of the game and put together a normal type sandwich to hunt for perhaps one of the more famous Pokemon from this generation, Lechonk, and it would only take a few moments before we saw the little piggy. Whoa! Whoa, that was so quick! Way! I think that was literally like 2 seconds.
Hello?
Oh, I'm right next to it! There's another shiny! Hang on! Hang on! It's flying away! Where'd it go? There it is. Come down. Come down. That's shiny. Okay. Wow. Nice. Boom. 2 shinies. And I'm going to quickly check how long the sandwich has been active. Look at that, 28:30. We got both of them so quickly. Another double shiny, and for obvious reasons, Fletchling doesn't count towards the challenge, but the shiny pink Lechonk definitely does. This is a shiny that is miles above the rest for the simple fact that we can point at it and say things like, it looks like a real pig now. The shiny is simple and its evolutions follow suit and are just amazing, but I also think they are levels above the other shinies like Slitherwing and Great Tusk. So there's only one place for us to put them, God tier. And because Clorf and Orthworm are so amazing, they are also being promoted to the God tier. Now, since we got Lechonk so quickly, we were yet again going to double dip on our sandwich and go for another one of our targets, which can be found down in the grassy paths of Area 0. This is where we would find our psychic type target, Farigiraf. Farigiraf would spawn in its masses alongside its pre-evolution Girafarig, so no matter which one we catch, we'll still be able to cross off this target either directly or through evolution. And after just a few short laps, a shiny would appear. Oh, and quick side note, I was going to do the Farigiraf hunt in the terrarium, but I ended up going to Area 0 once there weren't many spawns, but I did find this shiny Braviary. Alright, back to the clip. Wow, that's not what I'm looking for, but I'll take it. That's 2 phases. Is it 2? Oh, it's 3 phases in between this one and Lechonk. What? Wait, there it is. Yay, that took a while. Hi. This was a good sandwich. This was a really good sandwich. We got, what, 5? 5 shinies? That's crazy. Okay, but we're not looking out for this. We want to evolve it into its Gen 9 evolution. So we'll go ahead and do that as well. By evolving shiny Girafarig into Farigiraf, we could cross our psychic type off the list. I personally love this line of Pokemon, and I think their shinies are great too, with Farigiraf being the better of the 2 Pokemon. With this in mind, I gave the shiny Giraffe a spot in the great shiny tier. And with that, we were 12 shiny types deep. 2/3 of the way through, and the next few hunts were going to prove to be pretty tough, with more phases than ever coming up. But before we continue, if you've managed to make it this far into the video, consider subscribing. We post all sorts of shiny hunts and we'll be getting stuck into Legend ZA on release day, and I'd love for you to join the fun. Next up, we're going to be going for our Dragon type, and arguably the best Paradox Pokemon in the game, Roaring Moon. We whipped together a Dragon type sandwich and made our way into the cave where you would typically find Roaring Moon. We began making our laps and time began to pass by with no shiny Roaring Moon in sight. And then something happened. Hey! Hi there! Hello! Wow! Put you on a ball. Let's go. Wait. No. Another one. Right as the sandwich finishes. Ah! Ah! Okay. Okay. We have another shiny Gibble. Not what we're after, but continues to show up. Nice. Okay. We'll edit. We had managed to phase not once, but twice, and Roaring Moon was still nowhere to be found. It didn't take long before the sandwich ended and an overwhelming feeling of defeat took over. Roaring Moon may have got away from us this time, but we would get him next time. In order to prep for my next attempt at Roaring Moon, I decided to hunt for some of our other targets, starting with the flying type target, Flamigo, who decided to show up literally moments after fast traveling to Casseroya Lake. Whoa! That was so fast! Hi! Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! Okay. It hasn't even been a minute yet. Very nice. That was so quick. Perfect. Done. Okay, so Shiny Flamigo is actually one of those subtle shinies that I like. I think the light pink looks awesome, but in saying all of that, it is not one that I would go out of my way to try and find. And therefore, Flamigo will be taking the first slot in the alright tier. I wanted to keep up the momentum, and we absolutely did during our hunts for our water type, fairy type, ice type, and ghost type. Oh! Oh! Hey, buddy! Let's try and get a photo. Oh, he went back in. We're gonna have to sneak up. Oh, okay. Let's catch it. Come out. There we go. Nice. There's our water type. Shiny Wiglet and Wugtrio are both absolutely amazing Pokemon with amazing shinies, and they earn a spot in the S++ tier. Whoa, it's not what we're looking for, but shinies are shiny. We'll grab it. Hey, there it is. That was quick. How fast was that? Yeah, like 3 minutes. Let's go. Nice. Now I actually used Tinkerton through like my original run of this game, but I've never got it shiny. This is the first time I'm getting it shiny. Nice. It's all done. The Tinkerton line holds a special place in my heart since I used them in my original run of Scarlet, and their shiny forms are pretty epic too. The Tinkerton line have earned themselves a spot in the nice tier. Another subtle shiny that I would consider not terrible, but one that I wouldn't go out of my way to hunt for. The Frigibax line has made it into the skip tier. Way, there it is. This is what we're looking for. Hey buddy. Grab him. And we're going to evolve him all the way up to Annihilate, which will be our ghost type. Nice, caught first one. Let's go. Evolving Shiny Mankey all the way through to Annihilate gives us our ghost type Pokemon. And, well, this shiny just is not it. This Pokemon is so cool, and there was so much potential for a really cool shiny here, but instead it just looks like bro stepped into the shade. So this is going straight into the bin. And with those 3 caught and ticked off, we were ready to face the dragon that had hidden from us last time. We smashed together a Dragon Sammy and made our way back into the caves of Area 0. Well, it wouldn't take too long for Sparkles to appear. Hey! Another one. What the? Okay. Get in the ball then. Okay, what if I said please? That's rude. Nice, there we go. Still not what we're looking for, but we'll add it to the team, I guess. Yep, yet another phase. In fact, over the next hour, there would be a lot of phases. So here is a quick fire round of those phases. Excuse me. This is the 3rd one we've got. We can't keep getting these. Nice. Oh no. No. Hi. Another phase. Another one. No. And it's not even getting in the ball. Right. Perfect. Alright. We can continue. Wow. What? Another one? How many is this? We've got so many of these now. Oh, that's the first one to go into the quick ball, though. I'm pretty sure. No. This is not what we're after. How do we keep ending up with everything but the roaring moon? Right. Oh my. We have another. How do we keep getting these? How? Right. It's been like 3 minutes. Nice, straight in. At least they're going straight in now. Hey. Another Gibble. Should we just change this video to be about Gibbles and Zwellis? We had phased 7 times since returning back to the cave. 10 phases all up if you include the 2 from before and the original Pour Me from the start of the video. This was the final Pokemon I needed and it knew it. It was taunting me. And just as I began to lose it, this happened. Way! Hi! I was busy like killing things. He was standing right behind me. Wow. Finally, that took ages. Let's go. Okay. Nice, there we go. All caught. Okay. We had done it. We had caught 1 shiny of each type. Oh, and Roaring Moon would slip nicely into our god tier of shiny Pokemon. And in case you were interested, here is a snapshot of where I would rank all the other Gen 9 shinies. Feel free to pause on the screen and tell me why I'm wrong about some of these in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the journey and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Oh, and really quickly, Nyx the Great commented on our last video and mentioned that they couldn't stand it that I wasn't picking up something that was shining in the water when looking for Magikarp. So here I am doing that.